Today, we're going to uncover a truth that transcends the material world and connects us directly to our mission as chosen ones. Your true essence is not defined by your appearance, but by the vibrational frequency you emit in the quantum field. That is your true self. In a world full of personas and masks, where it's easy to get lost, it's vital to keep our focus on authenticity. You are not just a persona. You are energy. You are frequency. You are the voice of the silenced and the forgotten. It's time to live truthfully, being who you really are. It's time to stop making excuses about how difficult or impossible it is to live this truth. It's time to let go of religious rules that talk about control and money. It's time to leave behind old traditions and beliefs just because they're comfortable or expected of you. It's time to let go of beliefs that want to keep you the way you've always been. It's time to stop following what family, friends, politicians, and religious leaders tell you to believe. It's time to take your own power. It's time to completely forget the past. It's time to face new challenges with courage and confidence. You no longer need to be bound by the expectations of others or by what has always been accepted without question. It's time to explore your own ideas and follow the path that makes sense to you, even if that means being alone at times. It's time to trust your intuition and the decisions that only you can make. It's time to break free and live with the authenticity that only your true essence can provide. Now is the time to look to the future with optimism and openness to the new possibilities that lie ahead. Free yourself from the old habits and fears that prevent you from growing. It's time to build a life that reflects your deepest values and truest dreams. Embrace the changes, because they are the doors to new experiences and wisdom. Take firm steps towards the life you want, and don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. This is the time to strengthen yourself, get to know yourself better, and commit to your personal growth. It's time to live fully, without reservation or hesitation. I, George, am excellent at what I do. Hello, friends. My name is George, and I help people on their journey of evolution. It's time to be who you really are. On my journey, I stand out. What about you? It's important to be the best at what you are. I am the master of transformation, and I need to embody that. You must also live your true nature, because God is bringing out the best in us. Now is the time to show who you really are. On my journey, I am the best at what I do. And you, how do you stand out? In another video, I talked about how many people call themselves chosen, but don't show it in their actions. Merely saying that you are one of the chosen ones is not enough. It's essential to show it through concrete actions. We are in a time of action and true representation of what we claim to be. Don't just talk about being chosen. Be a tangible example. Embody your beliefs. For a long time, I have been emphasizing the importance of practicing what we preach. Now, with the emergence of a new energy that revitalizes us, it is crucial that we, the chosen ones, live up to the call. There is a saying, "Do as I say, but don't do as I do." Unfortunately, many people teach lessons, quote scriptures, and lay down rules, but their actions don't match their words. This is something that the Lord Jesus criticized, observing how some of the religious leaders of his day acted in contradictory ways. He said to the crowd, "The scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. So do and observe everything they tell you, but do not follow their example, for they do not practice what they preach. They tie up heavy burdens that are hard to bear and put them on men's shoulders, but they themselves are not willing to lift a finger to move them. All they do is to be seen by others." These leaders imposed strict rules, but didn't follow them. If someone doesn't live what they teach, how can they have the authority to guide others? This behavior is not exclusive to one era. Many times, individuals criticize others and get lost in trivialities instead of practicing what they consider right. In this way, they live a life of appearances, wasting the opportunity to draw closer to God and set a good example. The biblical passage from Ecclesiastes says, "What does it profit a worker to do what he works at? I have seen the work that God has given to the sons of men to exercise them. He has made everything fit for its time, and has placed eternity in the heart of man, without his being able to discover the work that God has done from the beginning to the end." Life is much more than our daily routine. The eternity mentioned in the verse represents the spiritual dimension that God has placed in our hearts. Understanding this is essential for the salvation of the soul. It's no use preaching if you don't live what you preach. Only those who understand that what really matters is not what is seen, but what is to come. Therefore, it's important to always live with your mindset on eternity. What profit does the worker derive from what he works on? The profit is immense if we are working for our eternity. But if we are working to please others, what profit is there? The truly chosen understand that life is more than daily challenges. It is necessary to care for the soul in order to guarantee its salvation. This is done by investing in communion with God, praying, consecrating ourselves, and living righteously according to God's word. In this way, you can live what you preach. We will still make mistakes, of course, but we must do our best for God every day, making our lives a living testimony. A biblical example is that of Daniel, who was taken captive to Babylon. Even in a foreign land and under pressure to conform to local customs, Daniel remained faithful to God. He prayed 3 times a day and refused to defile himself with the king's food. His faithfulness and prayer life were so evident that even when his enemies plotted against him, throwing him into the lion's den, God protected him. Daniel was a living example of someone who practiced what he preached, demonstrating an unshakable faith and a life dedicated to God. Another example is that of Esther, who, on becoming Queen of Persia, faced the difficult decision of risking her own life to save her people. When Mordecai told her that perhaps she had been put in that position for just such a moment, Esther decided to fast and pray before approaching the king for help. Her courage and faith in God not only saved her people, but also showed the importance of living with integrity and purpose even in the face of danger. He was called by God to leave his land and his family and go to a land that God would show him. Abraham obeyed without question, showing impressive faith. Later, when God asked him to sacrifice his son Isaac, Abraham again showed his faith and obedience, preparing to carry out the command until God stopped him. Abraham's life is a powerful testimony of faith in action, demonstrating total trust in God. These biblical examples show how it is possible to live according to God's teachings. Daniel, Esther, and Abraham didn't just talk about their faith. They lived it every day. Their actions, courage, and dedication to God are inspirations for all the chosen ones. Investing in communion with God means setting aside time for prayer and meditation, seeking a deeper connection with the divine. Consecration involves dedicating oneself completely to God, seeking to live according to his principles and values. To live righteously is to act with integrity and justice in all areas of life, following the sacred teachings not just in words, but in deeds. The authenticity of the chosen is seen in their daily actions. Being an example of faith and commitment is not just talking about the teachings, but incorporating them into every aspect of life. This constant practice strengthens the connection with God and inspires others to follow the same path. When you live according to these principles, your life becomes a powerful testimony. Actions speak louder than words, and those who observe the chosen ones see the truth of their faith reflected in their lives. This living testimony has the power to touch hearts and transform lives, showing the true essence of what it means to be chosen. Many people always ask me about the meaning of life. The answer, in fact, isn't complicated. It's finding and living with purpose. It's easy to fall into a routine and do what everyone else does, like a hamster running on its wheel in the Matrix. However, it takes a lot of courage to deviate from this common path and seek something different. Finding that purpose requires reflection and determination. It's not just about following in the footsteps of others, but discovering what really resonates with your essence. It takes courage to leave your comfort zone and face the unknown. Living with purpose means making conscious decisions that align your actions with your deepest values. The meaning of life lies in finding a purpose, in taking responsibility both for yourself and for humanity. When we have a clear why, we can face any how. Feeling free and secure about our purpose, we are able to generate change and create a nobler reality. Defining the meaning of life is one of the most complex questions we can ask. It encompasses philosophical, transcendental, and even moral nuances. Often the answers are classic, such as to be happy and make others happy, to feel satisfied with oneself, or to do good. Many people, when trying to find answers to the meaning of life, feel a deep existential emptiness. What does the meaning of life mean if all you do is work? If every day seems the same and if you find no purpose in anything around you? The chosen ones have no obligation to define the meaning of life in universal terms. Each of us finds this meaning in a personal way, based on our potential and experiences, discovering it throughout our spiritual journey. The meaning of life not only differs from person to person, but also changes throughout the different phases of our existence. For the chosen ones, it is essential that each goal brings satisfaction and gives them the courage to get up in the morning and fight for what they want. Having a clear purpose is what motivates them to face daily challenges and create a more meaningful reality. Finding and living this purpose is essential for the chosen ones, as they have a mission to guide and inspire others. By sharing these reflections, it is possible to help others find their own paths and find meaning in their lives. This search for purpose and authenticity connects deeply with our true selves and with the divine mission we feel in our hearts. There are people who, even in the most difficult situations, remain firm, positive, and motivated, regardless of the darkness around them. How do they manage this? What makes them different? In fact, we all share the same biology, but what sets us apart is decision. For them, being determined to achieve a goal, overcome any obstacle, and fight for what they want at every moment is crucial. This determination helps to clarify life's purposes at each stage of existence. It is the firm decision to pursue your goals that allows you to remain resilient and motivated, no matter what the challenges. The chosen ones understand that strength comes from clarity of purpose and the decision to live authentically. Each small step, each small victory, strengthens the journey and lights the way. This determination not only inspires the chosen ones, but also those who observe them, showing that it is possible to find light and motivation even in the darkest situations. Being determined to follow your path and fulfill your mission is what sets the chosen ones apart. This decision is what keeps the flame of hope burning, even when times are tough. It is through this inner strength that the chosen ones are able to inspire and guide others, showing that with determination and purpose, it is possible to overcome any challenge. It's devastating to realize that our suffering seems meaningless, that the pain is just an echo of hopelessness. However, if we manage to find a purpose, suffering not only becomes bearable, it also becomes a challenge. For the chosen ones, this perspective is vital. Instead of succumbing to surrender and seeing pain as meaningless, it is crucial to gather the strength to see a purpose in it. Finding meaning in suffering allows the chosen ones to see their difficulties as part of a greater journey. This strengthens determination and the ability to face any obstacle with courage and hope. By giving meaning to pain, we transform what once seemed unbearable into an opportunity for growth and spiritual empowerment. Sometimes life seems unfair. Even after trying our hardest, investing time, energy, emotions, and even a part of our heart, fate can bring us an ironic setback that destroys all our dreams. Falling apart in such situations is understandable. However, when this happens, we have two options. The first is to accept that we can't change what's happening and see ourselves as prisoners of circumstance, with nothing we can do. The second is to recognize that, although we can't change events, we can change our attitude towards them. For the chosen ones, it is essential to adopt a stronger, more resilient, and positive attitude. In this way, it is possible to find a meaning in life that is more hopeful and uplifting. Transforming our perspective in the face of difficulties allows us to see challenges as opportunities for growth and spiritual strengthening, rather than mere obstacles. In this way, we find a greater purpose that motivates us to carry on and overcome any adversity. The meaning of life is not questioned, it is felt. All the answers to our deepest questions aren't out there. Books won't tell us what our purpose is, nor do our family or friends have the right to dictate our goals. In fact, all our needs, passions, and existential goals lie within us. And the most interesting thing is that these purposes change over time, as we mature and grow as human beings. For the chosen ones, this inner search is especially important. Finding meaning in life means tuning into our inner selves and allowing our goals to evolve as we develop spiritually. Each phase of life brings new perspectives and challenges, and with them, new opportunities to discover the true purpose that guides us. Now is the time to access your true essence. I always read the comments, and some people mention that nothing seems to change, that nothing happens. This saddens me, because I believe that growth is continuous. Every day I am developing, becoming stronger and wiser. In order to improve physically, mentally, and spiritually, it is essential to expand consciousness. This is the true path to progress. Expanding consciousness means being open to new ideas, experiences, and perspectives. When we do this, we are cultivating our mind, body, and spirit. Focusing only on physical or mental strength is not enough. Many people still feel lost spiritually. For us, the chosen ones, it is vital to seek balance and integral growth. Investing in spiritual development is just as important as physical and mental. By expanding our consciousness, we achieve a state of harmony and advance in all areas of life. This expansion allows us to live more fully, finding purpose and direction in our journey. Many people face a spiritual crisis. On my journey, I'm constantly strengthening and preparing myself for what's to come, so that you can be ready too. The next few months promise to be intense and full of challenges. If you're already feeling it, share it in the comments. As I walk this earth, I maintain a frequency of mastery, not just survival. Many people are still in survival mode, which is understandable. We all go through these phases, but it's important to make a difference. Instead of seeing ourselves as victims, we should see ourselves as leaders under the light of Christ. This is a time of differentiation, where authenticity and truth are key. To build a new world, it is essential to show authenticity. Truth cannot simply be spoken. It must be perceived and lived. When we embrace the truth, everything changes. We need to embody the truth and live authentically. Only then can we lead and inspire others to do the same. Consider the story of Joseph in Egypt. Even when he faced betrayal from his brothers, was sold into slavery and later imprisoned unjustly, he didn't let these circumstances define him. Instead, Joseph maintained his faith and integrity, and over time, his qualities were recognized. He eventually became second in command in Egypt, saving many lives during the famine. Joseph's story shows us that, even in the worst of circumstances, maintaining truth and authenticity can transform our reality and allow us to lead with purpose and compassion. There is a much more powerful force than mere sympathy: authenticity. This is the higher vibrational standard I adopt, and from which I have learned valuable lessons. Previously, I believed that it was enough to be friendly in order to receive kindness in return. But this has not proved to be true. It's not enough just to be nice. What we really need is substantial power, and that power is authenticity. Our mission is to be genuine and enrich the lives of everyone: men, women, and children. As firmly anchored lighthouses, we radiate the vibrations of truth and authenticity. Now that you have rediscovered your true essence, you have rediscovered your true power, the power that resides within you. Living authentically, embracing your genuine essence, is where you should focus your energies. The world needs your authentic presence. God is counting on you. Are you ready to answer the call? Many are called, but few choose to respond. This is a time to recognize not only that you have been chosen, but that you have voluntarily committed yourself to this mission. Now is the crucial moment for this realization. If you want to take control of your daily life, it is essential to reconnect with nature, cultivate calm and happiness, and live freely and sovereignly. By embracing and living in the vibration of authenticity, only then, chosen ones, will you achieve the fullness of being that you came to be in this world. Remember, we don't control the outside, we control the inside. Our personality and the unique way we perceive life shape how we interact with others. Often, we project our characteristics onto the people around us, attributing to others behaviors or thoughts that are, in reality, our own. In this sense, having enemies may have more to do with how we deal with situations in our minds than with the actual circumstances that occur. Sometimes the worst attack we can endure doesn't come from outside, but from within ourselves. These are moments when we feel assaulted by external attacks, experiencing internal conditions such as anger, helplessness, and social shame. It is precisely what comes from within that makes us feel weak and insecure, leading us to see others as enemies. For our emotional stability, it is crucial to learn how to redirect the anger that these situations produce. Understanding which situations and circumstances negatively influence our lives is essential to identifying what or who we are facing. This awareness helps us to manage our responses more constructively, promoting healthier interaction with our environment, and reducing the likelihood of perceiving others as unnecessary adversaries. There is no doubt that the worst attack is not the one that comes from outside, but the one that comes from within, provoking a negative self-worth that ends up destroying us as people. This negative self-worth turns us into our own worst enemy, since our emotional balance depends to a large extent on our self-esteem. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your magnetism. No matter how hard we try, conflictive situations won't disappear from our lives, so it's important to learn to control the effect they have on us. Gandhi adopted a passive approach to facing adversity and opponents, known as constructive non-resistance. This strategy involves a positive and proactive interaction with difficulties, a valuable lesson for the chosen ones on their spiritual journeys. In your personal relationships and moments of conflict, it is essential to adopt a posture of non-confrontation for trivial or selfish reasons. Instead of fighting to inflate the ego, exalt pride, or defeat and punish the adversary, The chosen ones must fight with the purpose of achieving a greater goal, seeking to overcome challenges and evolve in their divine mission. This approach teaches us to recognize the inner strength and wisdom that each of us, as chosen ones, possesses to transcend challenges. Instead of giving in to anger or revenge, we are encouraged to seek solutions that promote peace and understanding. Constructive non-resistance guides us to be mediators of positive change, using our influence to instigate transformations, not only in ourselves but also in the world around us. By applying these principles, the chosen ones align themselves more deeply with their spiritual mission, strengthening their role as healers and spiritual leaders on earth. We fight, therefore, not to win an earthly battle, but to elevate our existence and that of others, moving towards ascension and spiritual enlightenment. So, my friends, nothing is as crucial as assuming our personal freedom and responsibility to define our goals, those that we will make our own, even in the worst of circumstances. Every day and every moment, we have the opportunity to make a decision. This decision will determine whether we will submit to circumstances, like puppets in the hands of fate, or whether we will act with true dignity, listening to our true selves. We must work for our personal freedom, with courage and determination. It is essential that the chosen ones choose to act according to their true essence, facing challenges with courage. Taking control of our lives, even when circumstances are adverse, allows us to live with authenticity and purpose. This commitment to personal freedom and responsibility is what enables us to define and pursue our goals, regardless of the difficulties. It is this inner strength that sets the chosen ones apart and allows them to inspire and guide others on their own journeys. By making decisions based on our true essence, we live with dignity and purpose, creating a life that reflects our deepest values. The time is now. If you're still around, you're part of the loyal circle of wisdom seekers. Through your support, I can continue creating videos and passing on enlightening knowledge. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like it, and comment if this video resonated with you. Thank you for being part of this community. I wish you a life filled with abundance. May you receive abundant blessings today.